Hey guys, and welcome. So the last video I made was my shave gear of the year for 2015. I just wanted to echo something I said in that video that's very important to me. I just wanted to thank you guys again for your support. I hope that my appreciation came across in that video because I really obviously couldn't do this channel with all your guys' continued support, and so I really do appreciate that. So thank you guys for being able to allow me to have this channel through your support. So thank you guys again so very much. Alright, so for today's shave, I'm going to be using something different that I've never used in a shave before. Let me go here and grab it, sitting here in the sink. So I'm going to be using a shave scuttle. So there it is, you can take a look at. This is the one by Crown King. This just came out, it's one of their new products. It's really beautiful. It's a white porcelain or china. It has a logo right there. Really, really beautiful. I'm going to go ahead, I had some water sitting in here because my brush was soaking in it while I was in the shower. I'm just going to empty it out so you guys can take a look at this thing. I had the chance when I got this, I played around with it for a while. I was making lather in it, and it was really, really fun and made some really amazing lather. And the awesome thing about a shaving scuttle, well here, I'll show you the details about it, then I'll tell you what it does. That's so awesome. So this is a dual chamber shaving pot. So here it is. On the top you have the lathering chamber. And you can see in this one, as in most of them, there's some ridges in here. They've got some vertical lines and then some circular ridges in there. Those are there so you can build the lather against them. It gives you just a little bit of like grit in there, just a little bit of something, because if this is perfectly smooth, it would still work, but having that little bit of induration in the walls in there makes it a little bit easier to build up a lather. So that's really cool, and this is a good size. So that's the first chamber. The second chamber, which is the rest of this, is a water reservoir, and you fill it up right here through the spout. And what you do is you put hot tap water in the spout right here, and then it comes with a little stopper that you put right on there, and then that holds in hot tap water in here that warms this entire lathering bowl. So throughout your shave, once you build your lather in here, it keeps the lather warm, keeps your shaving brush warm. You just kind of set it in there like that. So that's really cool. As you guys know, I am typically a face lather, so I'm excited to give this a try. The allure of having a hot or warm lather throughout the shave is pretty sweet. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this. This is obviously starting here from the ground up. I don't have any water in here. Let me get some hot tap water going. So this is just the hottest water I can get out of my tap, and I'm going to go ahead and fill this bottom chamber. First of all, I'm going to run some of the hot tap water over this whole thing to heat it up ahead of time, so that the water that goes in here is just to keep this thing warm and isn't going to be used to heat this thing up. So I'm going to do it first, just running some hot water over it. I just have it upside down like this in my sink. I think that's good. So now I'm going to flip it over and fill up the spout. And so since it's on this side, I'm going to angle it up like this so the air comes to the top so I can get as much hot water in there as I possibly can. There we go. Alright, so it's filled up right to there. This thing's warm. That's really nice. I'm lucky. I have some pretty hot tap water here. Go ahead and put in the stopper. I got a little bit of water in the bowl. Just going to empty that out. There we go. Alright, so that is ready to go. Alright, for today's shaving brush, I'm going to be using the LS Shaving 24mm Finest. This is a 2-band Badger brush. Got this once again from eBay. I meant to look it up. I think it's Classic Shop 2012 or Classic Shaving 2012. If you just go into eBay and type in LS Shaving Brush, these will come up. This is somewhere, I think I picked up for like 25 bucks. I think they're about $30 now. And I just had this soaking while I was in the shower, just in the top of the scuttle there that I fill up with water. Go ahead and put a little more hot water in there and gently wring it out. There we go. Alright, and like I mentioned, I just got a shower. Facial hair is nice, cleaned out, hydrated, and ready to go. I have 2 days of facial hair growth. And for today's shaving soap, since this is made by Crown King, it's made by Douglas Smythe. I'm not going to be using a Crown King soap. I should have, but I just really wanted to use some CAD today. This is also made by Douglas Smythe. This is from Phoenix Arts and Accoutrements. This is their new version 3 formula, which I have used a few times, which is really, really excellent. Phoenix Arts and Accoutrements, they make 2 different type of classic barbershop scents for their soaps and aftershaves. They make the CAD and the Club Guy. Out of the 2, I do prefer the CAD. The CAD is a kind of a fresher barbershop scent with more citrus in there. And the Club Guy is a little bit muskier. It just got a little bit of deeper undertone, so it's got a little more kick to it. I just prefer this one, just my personal preference there. So here's the puck of soap. I had it blooming while I was in the shower. I'm going to go ahead and take this Bloom Bar, add it to my face. Alright, that's good to go. I'm going to put a little bit more hot water in my sink here. After I apply the Bloom Water with my hand, I like cleaning off my hand as much as I can because you have the shaving soap on there, which is really slick, which is not the best environment to pick up your razor or your shaving brush in. So I do like to clean it off, dry it off a bit, and I even dip my fingers back in the water here and just dip them on my alum block. There you go. Gives you that little bit of extra grip, which is really nice. Alright, so there's my brush, puck, and so just go ahead and load up. Alright, got plenty of soap there, you can see in the brush. Alright, hope I'm not a little bit shaky tonight. I just noticed, I just got back from the gym, I was lifting weights, so I'm like, oh, my muscles are a little bit tired. Alright, so I'm going here to the Scuttle. I'm going to use this hand to hold the brush, so I'll hold the Scuttle in this hand. I'm going to go ahead and build this lather. So whether you're building a lather in a bowl or on your face, I'm always looking for the same things. I'm looking for the water content relative to the shaving product in there. So this is still pretty pasty looking, so I need to add in a little bit of water. I'm just going to grab some here from the sink. A few drops in, there you go. I'm going to keep building it. So when you're lathering up, or like I said, when I'm lathering up, I'm just really looking for getting kind of like a nice creamy consistency to lather. It should look like whipping cream, really, like Cool Whip. So I'm just looking for that. I might have to add in a little bit of water. Sometimes you gotta work it a little bit more. Alright, I think this needs a bit more water. Just a few drops at a time. You don't want to drown out your lather by adding in too much water. You can always add too much water, but as long as you titrate it in slowly, you're really not going to overshoot it. It does take a little bit of time to get the handle of building lather and what you're looking for. Once you get it down, it's really the same thing with any product, more or less. You're just looking to get that right combination where it's nice and creamy, but doesn't dissipate out because you have too much water in there. Alright, so this is looking really good here. So I've played with this Scuttle a few times, but this is my first time using it for a shave, so I'm eager to see how it performs and how it keeps the lather warm throughout the shave. Scuttle's feeling nice and hot still. Alright, so I'm going to do, I was kind of pushing my brush in there before to build up the lather. Now I'm going to do some lighter strokes without much pressure in there. There we go, just checking out the lather I got. That looks great. Alright, so I'm just going to grab some of that lather. Awesome, look at that. Go ahead and apply it to my face. Wow, it feels really nice, the warm lather. So I'm still building it on my face. I'm not really building it at this point because the lather has been built. I'm just really working it into my beard. Very happy with this. The lather is noticeably warm and the brush has really, really nice warmth to it. I think it's got some deep water trapped in there. It's really warm. Alright, go just paint over it. Beautiful. Alright, so this is another cool thing about a Scuttle. You just go ahead and take your shaving brush in between passes and just kind of plant it right there in the Scuttle itself, and that'll keep the brush and the lather warm. It's pretty cool. Alright, grabbing my razor now. So for today's shave, I'm going with the Reservoir 1904-1906. This is the safety bar version. There's also an open comb version. This is really cool. I love this handle on here. I have the open comb version, but this is the same head that's on the Reservoir 34C, my favorite razor out there. And this is a really cool Art Deco handle. It's a classic safety razor handle on there, so it's really cool. I've used this a few times and I really do like it a lot. And in here today for blades, I have I'm just checking down here, it's the Gillette 7 o'clock Super Stainless, and this is the second shave on this blade. Alright, can go ahead and get started. First pass with the grain. These were my razor blades of the year, and I'm loving them. They are really nice. They've got an awesome sharpness to them, but they're also just so smooth. I'm starting to think that these have a little step above the Persona Lab Blues, which have been my go-to blade, but these might become my new go-tos. We'll see. Excellent first pass. Great slickness left behind. Took off a good amount of hair there. And one thing I'm really lucky about here in the Boston area is I have very soft water out here. I was traveling recently to somewhere that had the exact opposite water, had very hard water, and noticeably I got worse shaves there. Just soft water is more alkaline, which is more basic, and soap is basic. So it kind of facilitates the properties of soap and softer water, but harder water is more acidic and has more dissolved minerals in there and other things. They kind of counteract some of the nice properties of soap that give it its slickness. So anyway, if you live anywhere with really hard water, it's a little bit of a bummer because you might be missing out on some awesome shaves. I'm sure you can adapt to it, just like you do anywhere. I used to live in Chicago that had harder water, and I found my way around that just fine. But anyway, living somewhere with soft water is a huge plus. Alright, back to the Scuttle here. I'm going to grab the brush. The lather looks great. Still nice and warm. That's really cool. And the idea behind having warm lather is that it keeps the hairs more pliable, more hydrated, more plump, which is easier to cut off. So that's why I do hot water shaves. At least I start with hot water because it really helps get those hairs nice and ready to be cut off. Unfortunately, as the shave goes on with face lathering, you lose that because it gets cold. Not cold, but colder, just sitting in the air of your bathroom. Anyway, with the Scuttle, it's pretty sweet. This lather is definitely still hot. Alright. Second pass, cross grain this direction. Now I'm getting really close here. Alright, back to the brush. Still hot. Alright, third pass, cross grain this direction. Alright, 3 passes, very close at this point in time. Go ahead and do a cleanup pass. A few areas I just want to get a little bit closer. Alright, so I'm going to go back to the brush here, pull out some of this lather. That is warm. That's absolutely warm still. Wow, it feels really, really nice. That's very warm. Alright, just feeling for any areas I want to get closer, clean them up with my razor. This is still very comfortable. I'm not getting any burning or anything, even though I'm going over some of these areas multiple times. So I'm cleaning up a little bit more than I normally would here. It's still very, very comfortable. Alright, that's good. I'm going to go ahead and get cleaned up for some final remarks. Alright, feeling back here. Very, very excellent shave. Wow, very close. Man, feels great. No nicks, no cuts, no redness, anything. That was a great shave. I'm not willing to completely contribute that to the shaving Scuttle. I was using excellent gear. I was using a Mercor razor, and I love their heads on there. A great blade in that razor. Awesome soap. Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements make some of the best shaving soaps out there. And this is probably my favorite scent of theirs too. So I'm not willing to completely contribute to that, but this was a very, very excellent shave. Even among some of my best shaves, one of my best shaves I've ever had. So that's pretty cool. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look again at the Scuttle here. I just kind of want to see how it's still doing now after this shave. I just looked at my camera, I'm like 23 minutes in. I spoke a little bit at the beginning, but just feeling what I got left here. Yeah, brush is still warm. This little bit of lather. The bowl here, this is all still very, very warm. That's really nice. It kind of kept the lather kind of looks wet, and I don't know if that's a factor of it being warm, but it looks really, really nice. Anyway, this lather is beautiful, and the Scuttle definitely held that in great shape. So awesome, Crown King Scuttle. If you guys have used a shaving Scuttle, if you have any tips for me, please let me know. I'm sure I wasn't using this to its best ability, since this is only one of my first few times using a shaving Scuttle. First time in a shave, aside from just playing with it when I got it. So if you have any tips, please let me know. Alright, for today's post shave, I'm going with the Thayer's Aftershave with Witch Hazel. This has some alcohol in here. Go ahead, put some on. Alright, and then for my post-shave balm, I'm going with the Sterling Unscented Post-Shave Balm. This has some witch hazel in there, aloe, a bunch of really good stuff. Alright guys, so thank you so much for tuning in today. If there's any videos you'd like to see, any specific razor blade or soap or brush or razor reviews, please let me know. I do have a lot of stuff I've been using over the past few months that I still have to review, so if there's any specific requests out there, please do let me know. I'd be more than happy to feature those videos sooner rather than later. As always, thanks for watching.